On this video we're taking a look at our NBA parlay for the games that are happening on Friday, April 15, 2022. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Our first parlay pick is Cleveland Cavaliers vs Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta Hawks -2. And here is why. The Atlanta Hawks are averaging 113.9 points on 47% shooting and allowing 112.4 points on 47.1% shooting. Trae Young is averaging 28.4 points and 3.7 rebounds, while John Collins is averaging 16.2 points and 1.8 assists. Bogdan Bogdanovic is the third double-digit scorer, and DeAndre Hunter is grabbing 3.3 rebounds. The Atlanta Hawks are shooting 37.4% from beyond the arc and 81.2% from the free throw line. The Atlanta Hawks are allowing 36.4% shooting from deep and are grabbing 44 rebounds per game. Atlanta comes into this game playing their best basketball of the season. They have won 8 of their last 11 games and are coming off a blowout win over the Hornets on Wednesday night. Leading by 8 at halftime, the Hawks blitzed the Hornets in the third quarter, outscoring them 42-24 on their way to an easy win. All 5 starters scored in double figures for Atlanta, but it was the play of DeAndre Hunter in the third quarter that made the difference. Hunter scored 16 points in the third quarter after being held to just 3 at halftime. Hunter's play has been crucial for Atlanta down the stretch as they continue to play without their second leading scorer and rebounder, John Collins. Trae Young led the way with 24 points, while Danilo Gallinari added 18 and Clint Capella had 15. Kevin Huerter had 13 and Bogdan Bogdanovic chipped in with 13 off the bench. It was Hunter and his 22 points, however, that propelled the Hawks in this one. The Cavs' defense could get a jolt with the possible return of all-star center Jarrett Allen from a broken finger on Friday. He has been working out with the team, and his status is still uncertain. A once formidable Cavaliers defense has fallen on hard times in Allen's absence. Teams are averaging 111 points per game against Cleveland in the last 10 after the team held their opponents to under 105 points per game with a healthy Allen. The team has also allowed 12 3PT field goals per game in its last 10 games, a bad sign against a very good 3PT shooting team in Atlanta. While Allen's return will help, the Cavs did struggle to control the Hawks' offense in 2 of the 3 games he did play against them this season. Atlanta coach Nate McMillan made a crucial move by committing to DeAndre Hunter as the starting forward in the absence of John Collins. Hunter has given the Hawks a defensive presence in the starting 5 that it lacked and a slasher to the basket. On Wednesday, Hunter hit 2 of 3 from long distance as well and was a +27 when he was on the floor. Inserting Hunter in the starting lineup also allows Bogdanovic to come off the bench and give the second unit much-needed scoring. Gallinari starting at the 4 has given Atlanta a stretch offense that takes advantage of the skill set of its point guard, Young. The results for the offense have been astounding. The team is averaging nearly 124 points per game in the last 10 games and has averaged 15 3PT field goals per game. Both numbers would be far and away the best in the NBA over the course of the season. While Allen possibly coming back will help Atlanta, he's been out for a significant amount of time and, even with him, Atlanta was able to exploit the Cavs with smaller lineups. I expect the Hawks to continue to spread the floor and force Cleveland's defenders far away from the basket. Our second parlay pick is Cleveland Cavaliers vs Atlanta Hawks. Over 223. And here is why. Cleveland will be hoping to improve across the boards on their performance against Brooklyn after struggling on both ends. The Cavs fell behind by 20 after the first quarter before scratching and clawing their way back, but never really threatened. They shot below 45% from the field, including just 9.26 from beyond the arc. Getting off to a better start will be crucial to set the tone for this game. The Hawks put on a clinic Wednesday night against Charlotte, jumping out to a lead early and burying the Hornets by the third quarter. The offense was lights out, converting at over 52% from the field, including a sensational 50% from beyond the arc going 16-30 seconds. This was the second consecutive game the Hawks have eclipsed the 130-point mark. On the season, Atlanta is averaging 114 points per game while shooting 47% from the field. They have been dangerous from three-point range all season, with the second-best shooting percentage in the NBA at close to 37.5%. If they can get to the line, the Hawks are also a great free throw shooting team, converting at over 81% from the stripe. The Cleveland Cavaliers are averaging 107.8 points on 46.9% shooting and allowing 105.7 points on 45.2% shooting. Darius Garland is averaging 21.8 points and 8.6 assists, while Jarrett Allen is averaging 16.1 points and 10.8 rebounds. Evan Mobley is the third double-digit scorer, and Lauri Markkanen is grabbing 5.6 rebounds. The Cleveland Cavaliers are shooting 35.5% from beyond the arc and 76% from the free throw line. The Cleveland Cavaliers are allowing 35.3% shooting from deep and are grabbing 44.2 rebounds per game. Our third parlay pick is Los Angeles Clippers vs New Orleans Pelicans. New Orleans plus 4.5 points. And here is why. The New Orleans Pelicans will be walking into this game full of confidence after taking down the Spurs in a 113-103 home win on Wednesday. CJ McCollum led the way with 32 points, 6 rebounds and 7 assists. Brandon Ingram added 27 points with 5 assists on 11 of 19 shooting, while Jonas Valanciunas chipped in with 22 points, 14 rebounds and 2 blocks. As a team, the Pelicans shot 54% from the field and 8 of 20 from the three-point line as they jumped all over the Spurs right from the start and poured in 35 points in the second quarter to take an 11-point lead into halftime before going on another push in the third quarter to lead by as many as 21 points. It wasn't all smooth sailing as the Spurs rallied in the fourth quarter to cut their lead to just 6 points, but the Pelicans did enough to keep their season alive. New Orleans won 5 out of 6 games down the stretch of the regular season before getting blown out by Memphis and Golden State in its final 2 games. The Pelicans were without second leading scorer Brandon Ingram in both of those contests, though. They bounced back in emphatic fashion on Wednesday, controlling the game almost from the onset in their win over San Antonio. New Orleans outscored the Spurs in each of the first 3 quarters of the game, giving itself plenty of cushion heading to the final period. Shooting guard CJ McCollum, who is the team's leading scorer, poured in 32 points on 12 of 23 attempts from the floor. Los Angeles has had one of the most fascinating seasons of any team in the NBA. The Clippers were coming off a trip to the Western Conference Finals from last season, but expectations were very low due to an injured Kawhi Leonard, who remains sidelined with a knee injury. They got off to a great start without him, winning 8 of their first 12 games. However, Los Angeles also lost leading scorer Paul George to an injury that held him out of 25 games in the middle of the season, which was too much to overcome. He returned for the end of the regular season, leading the way in a 5-game winning streak down the stretch. The Los Angeles Clippers will be hoping to bounce back in this one after coming up just short to the Timberwolves in a 109-104 road loss on Tuesday. Paul George led the team with 34 points, 7 rebounds and 5 assists. Reggie Jackson added 17 points with 7 rebounds and 5 assists, while Norman Powell chipped in with 16 points off the bench. As a team, the Clippers shot just 43% from the field and 16 of 35 from the three-point line as they looked to be in control after pouring in 33 points in the third quarter to build a 10-point lead, only to go ice cold as they got outscored by 26-11 in the final 8:40 to allow the Timberwolves to slip away in the end. Los Angeles was only a 2-point favorite when these teams met at Crypto.com Arena earlier this month, so I think there is certainly some value on New Orleans as a 4-point underdog this time around. The Pelicans had everything working against one of the best coaches in NBA history on Wednesday night, cruising to a win over the Spurs. McCollum and Ingram provide more of a scoring punch than George and Powell, which will make this game very interesting down the stretch. I think it is going to be a toss-up as far as the winner is concerned, so I will take the 4 points with the Pelicans. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.